mean, the best place to start is tell us, Megan Dent. Megan Dent Makeup. What do you do? Tell me about your business, start to finish, because I know that you're very diverse and you like to keep things fresh. So, love to hear it from the horse's mouth what you do, and we'll just take it from there.
Okay, perfect. So I've been a makeup artist for 25 years now. I did a Napoleon course back in the day when I lived in Sydney, and it was really just a hobby business. So over the years, the makeup industry has exploded. When I first started doing makeup, people really only had their makeup done for weddings or formals. So it wasn't a full-time gig. I worked during the week as a personal assistant, and on the week, every weekend, I would do weddings. So it was a really great little sort of side hustle. I moved overseas to London. I did little bits and pieces while I was there, while I was working. And for years, it was just sort of my little side business. And then I decided that I was being asked about skin all the time, and I really didn't know a lot about skin. Makeup was definitely more my thing. So I actually went and did a diploma and opened my own salon. So that sort of opened the doors to skin as well as makeup, and really being fully engrossed in the beauty industry. So I did that for years and years, and I just found all the time I was being asked about my makeup, what makeup was I wearing, what brushes was I using, and that's really how my makeup lessons came about. I just realised there were so many women, especially 30 plus, that felt very embarrassed, very unsure about makeup, didn't really feel comfortable going into, back then it was just David Jones or Maya. The girls were young, they felt very intimidated. And of course, now years later, you've got Mecca and Sephora, and the girls are even more younger and more beautiful. And so a lot of women my age and older feel very intimidated by that. So the makeup workshops and lessons were born. It was really just a part of my salon. And when I had my 2 children, I decided to sell that salon and just do a little bit of makeup. But I realised quickly that the lessons were a huge thing, and have actually become my full-time business now. I still do bits of bridal, photo shoots, other bits of makeup, but the lessons have really exploded purely, I think, out of a need. There's just so many women that feel very unsure about what to do, not even for full glam makeup, just to how to put their makeup on for work or for an event or so. That side of the business is huge now. So I teach probably 3 to 4 lessons a week. I could do more, but I've had to cut back on that because I also love to do makeup. So the other days of the week I do events, photo shoots, whatever people book with me. But it's definitely a full-time business that was meant to be a little hobby while I was home with my children, and just sort of exploded into something huge.
And if I remember rightly, back in 2021, like back
Yes.
in, you were so fully booked. It's very hard to get a slot with Megan Dent. How do you do this? What kind of action do you take to get that busy?
I think it's a mixture of things. I think part of it would be social media. I'm very active on social media. And it doesn't mean having a lot of followers. I say to a lot of girls that I work with, younger girls, that are trying to get 10,000 or more followers. And I always say to them, followers don't equal money. I don't have a lot of followers, but I've got a very successful business. But it does mean being consistent with posting. So I'll post most days, or at least a few times a week, about what I do. So not sales posts, more like, this is what a lesson entails, this is what you get when you come to a lesson, really explaining what I do. I found once I started doing those posts, it really spread like wildfire, because a lot of clients were ringing going, I didn't even know a makeup lesson was a thing, but I've seen you on your stories, or someone, shared your post with me. So I think social media played a part. I think one of the biggest things is customer service. I was a personal assistant for years while I did my bridal work on weekends, and so I'm very organised by nature and I'm very all about service. So I am shocked at the amount of people that call me and say, thank you so much for calling me back, or thank you so much for texting or ringing me back. And I always think, why are they thanking me? That's so random. Like, you're wanting to book in with me. Of course I'll call you back. Even if I can't take the booking, I'll say, look, I'm booked for 3 months, but can I put you on a wait list? And then on that wait list, I'll date it and I'll call them back. And people are really shocked by that. And I find that really surprising in this day and age where we all have phones and we all have access to laptops and computers, why people aren't getting back to people. And I think that's been huge for me, that people, like, they feel heard, you know, they have an inquiry and someone actually rings and talks to them and gets back to them, and they just seem to love that. So that would be the second thing. So social media definitely helped, good customer service, getting back to people, and then following up. So I'm very big on, once someone has seen me, that's not the end of their journey with me. I have a closed Facebook group for all my lesson clients so I can share tips and tricks and keep them on that journey, which is really lovely for them because they can ask questions once they're home practicing. And I always just follow up in general to say, how are you going? Any questions? Do you need some more product? So I think just keeping them on that journey with me, so it's not like they've paid me money and then see you later. They become part of like a family almost. I've had a lot of my clients for over 10 years now, and they're so beautiful. Like, I've actually done lessons where I've taught the grandmother, the mother, the granddaughter, the auntie. I've done weddings for entire families. So I think just keeping in contact and, you know, cherishing your client. They've chosen you out of a million people to spend their money with, and I guess I just don't take that lightly.
That's just music to my ears, and everybody that's around you, it's music to their ears, and you genuinely do care. And I guess, you know, that's a really big thing, you know, that comes across. You care about them after they've had their lesson with you. You know, you've got the closed group. So,
Yes.
So can you talk to me a little bit about how you began your journey with Isada within Megan Dent?
Yes, sure. So I had a different brand for years, and they started pulling products. So I teach my lessons with a range, and I just found as they kept pulling away products, it was more difficult to teach with. So I was on the hunt for a new range. It was actually my husband that suggested Isada. He worked years ago in Bulimba, and he said, look, they've been there forever. They must know what they're doing. You know, as long as I've worked there, they've had the store. And I'd heard through a few clients about Isada. To be honest, I was not familiar with mineral makeup, so I was a little bit hesitant. But at the time, they were so warm and inviting, and they were so, when I inquired, they were so open. So they just said, look, come, bring a friend, put the makeup on your friend, bring someone that's got a different skin type, and just see what you think. And I loved that because I'm very kinesthetic, so I need to touch and feel product. I need to see it on my skin. I've got quite oily skin, so it was really important for me that it sat well on my skin. And then I took a close friend who's got really dry skin, so I wanted to see how she felt. And we literally just went, and I did her makeup, I did mine, we went for lunch. And as we sat there, we were both like, it felt like the makeup was getting better the longer we sat there. We were like, this feels amazing. And it was so light and, yeah, just everything I was looking for in a brand. So I started with a really small range, and it just exploded. My clients couldn't get enough of it. And then COVID hit, so I actually never got to launch properly. I never had the big launch party I had planned. I never did a big sort of promotion, but I didn't need to. Just using it throughout the lessons, I would say almost 90% of my lesson clients literally buy almost every product by the end of the lesson because they just love it. It's been color matched correctly by me. They love that it's light on the skin. There's a real movement with clients wanting to do their own research and being very knowledgeable on ingredients now, and so they love that it's gluten-free, vegan. I have clients that will particularly book in with me because they want products not tested on animals. So it really ticks all the boxes now for every type of client. So yeah, I actually get people seeking me sometimes just for the lessons, but also sometimes because I teach with Asada. So it's been a really nice mix for me to combine the two and to have a product I'm really proud to sell, because I'm the sort of person, if I don't love it, I can't sell it. So yeah, I think it's nearly 2 years now I've had it. And I literally, as you know, can barely keep the stock in the drawer. It just flies off the shelves. People just love it so much. So it's been a great addition to my business.
And that's great to hear.